Welcome to New Jersey Power & Politics. I'm Jim McQueenie. The shooting in Tucson last weekend has everybody asking why, how. Psychologist Dr. Bart Rossi joins me now. Dr. Bart, again, the psychologist, what do you tell people when they have these questions for you?
Well, I think there are three things. First of all, what this is all about, what it's not about, and maybe what we should do going forward, okay? What I really think this is all about is personality problems, not about schizophrenic individuals or people who are so far removed from reality that it's an obvious situation. I see many people with very, very serious personality problems with retained anger, or with psychologists talk about explosive personalities. And they're out there. There are many, okay? They're in our society.
But they're not all assassins.
They're not all assassins, but they're out there in a population of over 300 million Americans. There are many people that fall into that category. And there's not a very high correlation between schizophrenic and really disturbed people and violence. But we have 27,000 people in New Jersey in prison. Most of those folks have some type of personality disturbance. So that's what this is all about, with all of these personality problems out there with the retained anger, and people can get a gun. That's how I see the problem, okay? What the problem is not is perhaps taking away the rights of people under the Second Amendment because we have people like this in our midst. That doesn't seem fair, or it doesn't seem practical.
How do you sort the goats from the sheep here on those that are crazy and crazy get a gun, and how do you intervene on the latter?
Well, that gets us into really what we need to do going forward, okay? First of all, we need a better mental health system where people have access. I mean, in New Jersey, we don't even have a code under Medicaid for an evaluation by a licensed psychologist. There's no code. You can't even do it. So it's ridiculous. Mental health has been put back so far, and now it needs to be prioritized for the first time. Okay, that's the first thing we need to do. The second, of course, is maybe we need to do involuntary type of assessments. People who don't want to go, but they need to be evaluated to protect society.
How do you make them do that?
Well, you might have to get 2 or 3 people to go to the police and report, and then you have a result, a change in the law perhaps, something. We need to think about that, though. And finally, I think we also need to talk about the rhetoric. I mean, I do think that the sheriff is right in Pima County. He's not saying that one person, a radio jock or a candidate, caused this. But nonetheless, rhetoric does matter. And people with extreme views and a lot of hostility on the airways with all of these people with personality problems is certainly not a good mix. So I see, a lot of problems related to the personalities that we need to address in this issue.
And just the last thing is, real quick, but how do you actually stop someone like that? Is it like an alcoholic or drug intervention where family members see it and then come in and try to say, hey, we love him, but he's a nut job?
People need to step up, report, and hopefully get a good assessment. We really need that first.
All right, very good. Dr. Bart Rossi. Okay.